Here's part of it. Trump is a philosophically unmoored political opportunist who would trash the broad conservative ideological consensus within the GOP in favor of a free-floating pop with strongman overtones. Some conservatives have made it their business to make excuses for Trump and duly get pats on the head from him. Count us out. Jonah Goldberg is editor-at-large for National Review Online and a Fox News contributor. You signed off on this. You are one of the 22 saying dump Trump.
Actually, I'm one of the senior editors who's behind the editorial. The other 22 are a very diverse group of conservatives. Such squishy liberal moderates like Tom Sowell, Dana Lash, and others have contributed to it. Katie Pavlich. And one of the reasons why we wanted as diverse a group of conservatives as possible was to show that we couldn't get everyone to agree on who they were for, but the one thing we could get all these people to agree on was that Donald Trump may be a great man, he may be a great businessman, but he's not a conservative, and he's not someone that conservatives should rally around.
And so that's why it was so important to rally all of these preeminent people on the conservative side to do this?
Well, look, National Review, we basically have one job, which is to say what we believe to be true, to stand up for conservative principles, even when it is politically unpopular. And there seems to be this argument out there that because Donald Trump is popular with a broad swath of Republicans, that therefore that makes Donald Trump a conservative, and that all conservatives should fall in line and march in step.
Okay.
And we disagree with that, and we thought if we're going to say so, when should we say so? Well, we should say so when it might have the most impact, and that would be right around the time when people are going to vote. Well, maybe it won't work, but we want to put a marker.
And I want to ask you about that impact, but first, as you know, and as I just read, you expected Trump to come firing, and he did. Here's what he said.
Look, the National Review is a dying paper. Its circulation's way down. Not very many people read it anymore. People don't even think about the National Review. So I guess they want to get a little publicity. But that's a dying paper. Really, it's pretty much. I got to tell you, Dave, it's pretty much of a dead paper.
A dead paper. Now I have to tell you, Jonah, there's been other editorials that have come out now this morning against what you guys did. You're being called, quote, pouty. Self-important via advocacy journalism. So how do you respond to that?
Well, look, we're an opinion magazine. We've been an opinion magazine for 60 years. That's what William F. Buckley founded the magazine to be, is to state our opinions, back them up with facts and evidence and arguments and reason, and that's what we've done. The fact that Trump-supporting outlets don't like that we did this is hardly a shocker, because there's virtually nothing Trump can do or say that a lot of these outlets won't support and cheer. Lastly, Donald Trump, first of all, used to say wonderful things about National Review not too long ago. Second of all, he clearly cares what people like Rich Lowry and Jonah Goldberg say, because he's constantly up till 3 in the morning tweeting like a little girl, whining about us. And third of all, we're not a paper. We're a magazine. We have millions of viewers on the website every month. So it's a classic sort of Trump response.
If we're going to say little kids are whining, though, let's include girls and boys, just to be fair. Just to be fair. Final question: what is the impact of all of this, Jonah?
Who knows? A lot of people are saying that this might be too late, and they may be right. Certainly, Donald Trump has a lot of momentum behind him, and people have factored in the fact that a lot of sort of conservative journalists don't think Donald Trump is a conservative, and they don't care. So be it. We thought we had to put down a marker. We think that's been our job for 60 years to help define and guide the conservative movement. And if people think that's self-important or all those other things, that's a small price to pay for sticking by our principles when everybody else is giving up on theirs.
Okay, and we should also note that you also have been quoted, or at least Jack Fowler, who runs the magazine, small price to pay for speaking the truth, because you've been, you're not invited anymore to that debate that you were supposed to be a part of, the RNC making that decision as well. Jonah, thanks much, and we will have the response from